Good morning. Today is February the 27th, 2018, and you can see all the geoengineering we have here in Louisiana. A lot of electromagnetic cloud seeding. I want to talk a little bit about the gentleman that rented my apartment. His name was Marvin. He was a good friend of mine. I personally believe that he was involved in being bribed by the Democratic Party. He was being bribed to stay at my property and destroy things and to do bad things, and I believe Marvin decided that he didn't want to have any part of it. I actually talked to Marvin a lot about the geoengineering programs and the weather modification programs. And he was starting to do a little bit of research. I don't believe the official story that Marvin hung himself. I cannot believe a man that just had a brand new baby, was about to get married, had a very amazing son, I've met him several times, would hang himself, almost like what they did with my daughter, and said that she tried to overdose herself with heroin, and I had evidence that it was a cover-up job. We have a Gestapo-like neo-Nazi Democratic Party, and they are fascist, just like Hitler. Hitler wanted you to listen to his radio show. He actually handed radios, and you had to listen to his radio show and nothing else. And the censorship that's going on the internet, the dropping of our YouTube channels, Apple merging with China, everything that Hitler did is exactly happening, including murdering conservative people. I did a lot of reading about Hitler. They were priests that would stand in the street and point out conservatives as the neo-Nazis would shoot them in the street. Well, guys, the exact same thing's happening, except it's happening under the radar. And, of course, the neo-Nazi radio show didn't say, hey, there was a neo-Nazi Aryan soldier that shot down a conservative, which the religions call Jews, which is East and West, 10, J, East and West, left and right brain. It's the same as saying a war on ISIS. ISIS is the right brain. It's the female energy of the earth, which is the rational, conservative brain. Always the female is a hero. Her, she, Riff. X-Men is the X chromosome. The TV show 24 is the letter X. Okay, always the Alpha TV show. And by the way, the TV show Alpha, X-Men, and Hero, the government is hunting these people down. Okay? The Hero show shows the government not only hunting them down, but using them as super soldiers for their agendas. Always, just like the movie Star Wars, that's why the females were the ones that were running the show in the Rogue movie, because we're rogues. Why is the Democratic Party doing this? Okay? The gatekeeper, Dane Wigington, he's starting to be very boring. He just repeats himself over and over every week because he's sticking to his initiative, which is they're killing the earth. Well, yeah, they are. That is definitely an initiative. The plants are dying, the trees, the oceans. Yes, that is very true. Everything that Dane Wigington says is true, but he's not telling you about nanotechnology, artificial intelligence. The Democratic Party want to take the human race and attach silicone chips to your legs, your arms, your stomach, okay? Everywhere, the entire neurological system, the spinal cord especially, your brain especially. Your spinal cord and your brain especially. And with that, they can control the human race. And I mean your actions, your physical actions, as well as your mental actions. This means there is no God. This means that you have the most psychotic people on planet Earth controlling the slaves. Not if they didn't control us enough with their mainstream media bullshit lies. Okay? They won't need that anymore. What they will do is just sit at a damn computer, just like this cell phone. There is no difference between your brain and this cell phone. It is a receiver, and so is the brain, of electromagnetic energy. God made your brain to interact with the stars, the planets, the sun, the moon, especially the moon. The moon is a very powerful magnetic force. That's why the religions are associated with moon, more moon, roll moon. Okay, money. That is the biggest religion of all, money. That's, people go, I'm a Christian. No, you're not. If you're a possession mentality, service to self individual, and you can't wait for Christmas to get all your possessions gathered, your God is money. And only God, the Creator, knows it. You're so dumb, you don't even know that your God is money. It's really sick. The moon, okay? East is the left hand of God. Y is a symbol of man. The number 6. I'm sorry, 2 and 5. Y, 2 and 5 is 7, the number 7. 8 is symboled God, and it's 2 circles. The 2 female. The square that you put on your head in graduation is the square, the male world. It's a man's world. That is the physical world. The circle is the spiritual world. So you have 2 circles, which is a rebirth of the spiritual energies. That's why God is 26 in Gematria, the number 8. But also 8 can be an 8 ball. Okay, whenever the 2 female souls meet, you get tricked. It's time to take you out. And they're taking everyone that has critical thinking skills, right brain mentality, the female mentality, the rational conservative brain. They're hunting us down like a bunch of wolves. And you know who's helping them? The local police, fire departments, city workers, you name it. Jesus Christ is actually coming for his revenge, because there are so many people that are willing to take money and become the character Judas Iscariot. And the goats and the sheep are being separated. The goat is the male, and the sheep is the female. Okay? So the physical is being separated from the spiritual. And almost everybody that's physical is taking money. I have neighbors. After Marvin moved out, Marvin supposedly hung himself, which I have a very hard time believing that. The neighbor that I caught stalking me, and I have all his information, he's moving out too. My boss that was running the operation, or partly running the operation, he lost his job. Sal, the ex-police officer that was running the operation, I heard he lost his job. And they want revenge on me. So they send the ASPCA officer or the animal control, and they come and harass me because they're Democratic also. It's like a bunch of Antifa Roman soldiers that are programmed to be Nazi Gestapo Aryan morons and forget about our constitutional civil liberties and civil rights. They have no respect for the United States. I truly want these people in prison because they are betraying everybody that is standing next to the American flag, which stands for civil liberties, civil freedoms, freedom, and protection. A police officer should be protecting the citizens, not the corporations. Right now, they're doing nothing but protecting the corporations. I called up and I let Cox Media know that I'm suing them. They fired tons of people because they were conservatives. They stalked. They put us in these mental testing programs because they want artificial intelligence. They want to chip multiple parts of your body. because Cox is a media corporation. They want to control your mind. So after I told Cox that I was going to sue them, Marvin hangs himself. This neighbor moves out. My boss gets fired. Sal gets fired. Okay, and now the police are after me, following me around. They tried to stage I'm not even going to get into the details, but they tried to stage a movie cinema theater shooting by pushing me to the back of the cinema, lying and saying that the movie cinema was full. And it wasn't. This is the world we live in, guys. And the real agenda of the chemtrails, the geoengineering, the solar radiation management, are the stratospheric aerosol injection, which I call Satan's artificial intelligence, is mind control. That's why they're going nuts, the Democratic Party, to get control back of the Senate, Congress, the judges. That's exactly why. They don't want God on this planet. They want to be able to, psychos want to control your mind. And let me tell you something, if you're not fighting for your children and your future, and you think this is all a conspiracy theory, you will soon be out of food and water. They're going to take everything away from you. And then you're going to regret allowing us to be thrown in prison called crazy people or whatever they are. Now they're trying to call us Russians, for God's sake. Russians. Like I'm a Russian? Are you freaking insane? These people already intercept our uploads and edit our videos and won't let our videos be seen to the World Wide Web, pushing us down. They won't let us advertise. They do everything they can to collapse our funding so we can't sue. By the way, here's another thing that Cox did. Collapsed my income purposely immediately after I told them that I was going to sue them. Okay? I have no income within, 4 days after I told them that. Marvin hangs himself. My rental property. They shut down my YouTube channel that I was raising money on. Okay, which is probably about $2,500 that I was averaging a month. That's all shut down right now. I have no income whatsoever. That's why I keep trying to ask people to please support my Fundly account. But I don't have enough people on my channel to give. Cancel your subscriptions. Cancel your TV. Cancel all this bullshit that you need and support us. If we go, us critical thinking people that immediately can see through the bullshit that the TV's showing, and we can explain to you what they're trying to accomplish, we need to be online. All of us, every truther needs to stay out of prison and keep doing what they're doing. It is so crucial to keep the world educated. Once the truthers are in prison or gone or shot or whatever the hell they plan on doing to us, throwing us in some, micro lab and doing some experiments on us, or stealing our brains or whatever, stealing our body parts, because that shit's very real. Maybe they want to drink our blood, because that is very real. You have Hollywood people drinking blood, baby's blood, and that is extremely real. There's two people, including our Matrix guy, that came out and said the truth. I've been knowing this for years. They drink baby's blood. That's why we have an initiative and agenda to kill babies. And the Democrats want pedophilia. They're fighting for that, pedophilia and kill babies. I'm out of time, guys. I love you all. Stay safe.